Well, hey, hi, and hello, everybody. Secondhand Dan coming to you from the Penny Pincher thrift shop land. I just got back about an hour ago from yard sailing, so I thought I'd show you my haul. I'm a little bit battered and bruised. I got hit by a man on a bicycle while at a neighborhood yard sale, so there's a little more on that in the previous video if you want to check that out. Anyway, while we're talking about it, go ahead, like and subscribe. But let's take you and show you what I have been buying today on August the 1st. Peering into the back of the truck, we've emptied a lot of the stuff out already. I got walking sticks. There's at least two of them. The price was right. I'm not sure about their value to the public. That's kind of hung up there, that lamp, but there's another walking stick right here. I'm not even sure what that is. If you know what it is, go ahead, comment below. Tell me what kind of wood that is. All right, well, I'm going to run around to the other side. Well, I'm going to walk around to the other side. Like I said, I'm a little battered and bruised. That guy on the bicycle hit me pretty good. Didn't knock me over. I'm glad that didn't happen. No concussion or anything, no broken bones, but he did draw blood. Anyway, styrofoam, I use this stuff for packing all the time. Here's a Westinghouse. You can be sure if it's Westinghouse. See the W for Westinghouse? That's a baking dish with a lid. The lid is behind the my grandson's seat here. Nice hump lid there. So I only paid 50 cents for it, so I don't know, that's worth a lot of money, maybe 10 bucks. And here's something. When you're out of Schlitz or Schmitz, it's a beer sign. Got the cord on it, relatively intact, steel back. Let's set it down where you can see it. Schmitz. So when you're out of Schlitz, start drinking Schmitz. So pretty nice little sign for 5 bucks, probably from the late 60s, early 70s. And I have this sconce lamp. It's a bit unique. Probably easier to see if I set this down too. Got to set it down delicately. Don't want to damage it. You can see it has two brackets to hold it to the wall. Got the slots for the screws in it, and it's corded with a on-off switch, glass. There's some brass in there, so I'm not sure how the people are going to feel about this, but I think I got a good deal on it. I did sell a sconce light almost a year ago, but it was like a fist holding a torch, which with the light bulb was on top of the torch. But hey, that's cool, don't you think so? All right, returning to the truck again. I have a Transport America 20th anniversary. It's a cast metal. Let's go over here. Cast metal semi truck. Isn't that darling? It's about as long as a dollar bill. And it looks intact. The mirrors are on. Those are the most delicate things on this. So I actually bought two vehicles. I gave one to my son. You know me, Mr. Generous. But he got the semi with the trailer, and it was a K-line. Okay, well, I got to button up. Don't want to leave the doors open. Oh, I got this hat here. So the perfect hat for doing some auctioneering in when I'm down in Florida. All right, well, I'm going to toss these back in there, close the door, shut the door, keep the devil in the night. Let's get these things off the ground before somebody else comes in with a car. Oh, there's one other thing in here, pool cue. Pool cues can be some good money, and then again, they can be zero. I guess it depends on who made it, the quality. But this one has a logo on it. Some nice mother of pearl inserts. And come on. A little eagle logo there. So I don't know what to expect. But for $2, it's in good shape. I think we're done in here. I had them throw in those bottles of cleaners. I always like spray cleaners on hand for cleaning these grimy antiques. Pick up my sconce lamp. I don't have to go too far with it for now. I'm just going to put it over here on this swing. Put this pool cue here also. Now, you see all these what look like tarps? Those are actually drapes. Curtains from like the 1970s. I got 4 panels. And I think I got them for like nothing. So they're up on eBay. I'm trying to sell them by a pair. I got some lookers. Don't know if there's going to be any takers yet, but if you don't throw something at the wall, you know, nothing's going to stick. Let's get this Schmitz off the ground. I'll have to make sure I get all this stuff inside before it's supposed to rain possibly tonight. Here's an item with a custom-made case and a carrying handle. Somebody loved their Coleman lantern. Some Coleman lanterns do good. Some are so-so. What came with a set of ignition wrenches. Those can go in my toolbox. There's a funnel for filling it up. I know I've sold some Coleman lanterns over the years. Like I say, some you get $15 for, some you might get $50 for, or $100. Oh. All right, I got a giant fly. I believe he's an oil lamp. That's what I'm going to need that spray. There's another bulb in here. So that goes in his behind. And I guess you can have like 3 flames on it. It's different. I got this aluminum. It's a Wilton. If you know anything about aluminum products, Wilton was a good name back in the day. But I'm going to use that to contain, I have small tools, very small, you know, like little screwdrivers, tiny little pliers, and just so I can find them easily. They're in a little aluminum container now, but that container is only like 1/3 that size, and they're starting to overflow. In the bottom of here seems to be some kerosene that poured out of that pesky little fly. Bzz, 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 bzz. Okay, I've got a thermometer. Nice classic Taylor thermometer. And I have this planter. Let's use what a little splash of kerosene in there as weed killer. I suspect this is made out of tin, although it's got the color of brass. But it's still a nice overall looking condition and size. So I'll probably haul it up to the antique mall. Something like that, you probably could sell it on eBay, but it's going to be so bulky, the shipping's going to outweigh the value. Unless it was like a $300 pot, you know, I don't think anybody would want to pay $35 to have it shipped, because I suspect it's only worth about 50. All right, and in here, I got the trash can too. You know, the clean trash can, wasn't worn out. Let me set this down. I got to pick that up. I mean, my hand was actually cramping up from trying to hold on to that phone and shoot video anyway. Okay, we have here, it was still taped shut when I found it. I had to run my knife around it to see what I would be buying. And it's some kind of snowman. So, looks like antique mall fodder. And this could be a hot commodity. Let's see. I know it's a heavy one. Ugh. My back has been getting a workout today. So, bear with me. It'd be nice if you come around and grab the other side of this and help me lift it out of here, but all right. You got to give it the heave ho, but not so much that you jar your back. So you want to heave ho with a steady flow. One. Oh, my hand feels a little slippery. Where's the talc? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Look at that. What a crock. Let me tell you, that is a crock. It is a 10-gallon crock. And where I bought it, the man was probably about my age. Said his dad used to make sauerkraut in it. So, that's going to the antique mall, because that'd be nuts to try and ship and think that it was not arrived broken. So that's going to the antique mall. Okay, I'm trying to use this remote here. I hope I didn't screw things up too badly. I got this refrigerator, $20. Oh, bush is in the way. Well, it's not a bush, it's a Christmas tree. You're on a tripod right now. This is a Harrier. I don't see any hair on it at all, but Harrier refrigerator, and I've got it plugged in, and it's chilling. I mean, it is chilling max, at least. Oh yeah. So, gave $20 for it. What do you think? My son's like, really, Dad? I thought you were done with appliances. I said, I am, unless they're a deal that's a steal. $20 for this. I think new, they're going to cost you about $500, so I should get well over $150 real quick. So I might price it closer to $200. See what kind of nibbles I get. So let it run for a while, but it's running, it's chilling. So you can't ask for much more than that. Now I have that piece of plywood there is supposedly, it came with the crock pot, so it's supposed to be the crock pot lid. But look at all this copper I got. Some sheet copper. It's all clean. I mean, I think they would consider that number one. Some of these pipes are probably number one. They might be considered number two if they're a little green, but I got all that scrap copper for like, I think $15. So it should be worth 3 or 4 times that amount. Somebody told me, said, don't have a cow? I said, I won't. I'll have 2. Plus a chicken on top for good measure. People love cows. That will go up to the antique mall. Fairly large. I gave $5 for it, so comment down below what you think I should price it at for the antique mall. Let's see if we're thinking alike. It's got a real wood frame, and it's clean on the back. Got a little pre-lit Christmas tree just to get us in the mood this year. We usually leave the Penny Pincher thrift shop in mid-December, so we don't do any decorating. I do put some lights in the window, though, just to keep the building looking festive. All right, I've got this box here. This looks like a watering can. And it's one of those dealios, somebody was looking at it, and the seller was going on about it, and the people looking at it put it down. So I said, let me slide on over there and pick that up. And I put together a box with that can in it. There's some copper fittings in that bag. So let me throw some more brass in there for scrapping. More brass. Roll of wire. I didn't even see this. My electric staple gun. I don't think I'm need any more electric staple guns in the building. But it's nice to have sandpaper. Brand new paintbrushes. That one's got paint on it. Maybe it's not so new. Feels pliable. Oh, ground flags. For marking like your property's edge or where you've buried the dog wire. So these are probably just about useless. I mean, there are a lot of things somebody somewhere would like to have, but me waiting for somebody to stumble into my store and find those and want to give me a fair price on them is not very likely. So I'll probably just chuck them. I have a free box up there. It was full the other day, so somebody came by and in one swoop took everything that was in it. And what I do is I look and I'll check the item out on eBay, and if it's like a lot of people got the same item and they're not selling, or they're doing, around $20, and plus it takes $10 to ship it, that's just too much aggravation. So I let it go. Spread the wealth around. Okay, well, I think that's it for in this box. Well, I guess these are good for spreading a stain and just throw them away when you're done. I got this chair here. Clean, very clean. The back goes on without any problem. This will look good at the antique mall. So I'm figuring that's probably maybe $80 chair. Then I have, well, you saw this already. Let me move this out of the way. This box of mixed pleasure. I said, I think they started as a trash box, but one man's treasure is another man's trash, and one man's trash is another man's treasure. So I said, how much for the box? He said, oh, my brother was just throwing stuff in there. You can have it for $5. There's some vintage stuff in here. I actually have the hand warmer from Kmart, so maybe I'll group them together with the tin and see if I can't get a nice bid on it on eBay. But I have the Kmart hand warmer in the original box. Oh, and I have this golf cart quartz radio. Not too many people want to read quartz, but it's a great novelty item. He said he never used it. He wanted it at a golf outing or something like that. Have this little tower shelf. All right, back to this box of goodness. All right, well, it's going to take me a while to get to the bottom of this, so. Yellow pages. When was the last time they put out the yellow pages? Well, this one was 2012, so Google did away with the yellow pages. All right, well, my hand's getting crampy again. Hold on, put you in the tripod. Okay, well, Yellow Pages are trash. Leather Plus. I hope it's plus a gold brick. Leather conditioning kit. I think I'll put this in the free box. I have enough cleansers and polishers, and my shelves are overflowing. I don't need anything else, especially if it's something you'll forget you have when you come across a piece of leather anyway. So what I do sometimes, I got my name, address, and business stamp. I'll stamp some couple times so I get credit for it. You know, so if they own it, they'll think about me and my business, or if they try and sell it, it's kind of like out there like a business card. Nice bag here. US. Not sure. Personal duffel bag. Another phone book. They're the white pages. Nope, more Yellow Pages. All right. When your moonshine's made, you can put it in here. White Lightning. Oh, wow. Looks like a stainless steel straight edge. Tell me you wouldn't have paid $5 just for that alone at any yard sale. And I said I got the whole box for $5. I wasn't too far off when I said for moonshine. Here's a bladder bag. It's for making wine. No hoses. And enjoy winemaking. Let's put that new garbage can to use. Ugh. Oh, come on in even closer. Okay, shotgun cleaning kit. This box is empty. I don't know what, oh, I think those are darts without the tips on them. Trash can. Hopel's powder solvent. Well, it's got a barcode on it, so it's probably from the late 70s, early 80s. There's a, I guess a leather stitching tool. Stencils if you want to put your name or address on the curb. Body toner. Now, I'll have to check on eBay. I doubt they're worth anything, but every once in a while, something like this gets a cult following. Kind of like the, what was that, Suzanne Somers thing, the Thigh Master. I think people still pay a couple bucks for Thigh Masters if you put them on the internet. Not a lot, but. TDK. Cassette tape. Some more paintbrushes. A whetstone. Aluminum tray. I'm seeing a large, is it a jacket or a duffel bag down here? It's a jacket. I don't see a label in it though. I don't know. You know, you would hope that something like this would be a Carhartt's. I mean, it still has a lot of life left in it. Here, tell me what you think. Oh, a little too big, huh? So there's no name brand on it. So there's some clothing boxes next door for like the veterans. I'll just stuff it in there. Okay, Firestorm, drill, and saw. That's going in the free basket up there on the curb. I may as well put it in the free basket now while my hands are full. I don't know why anybody would want this, but at least it gets an opportunity to live again in somebody's life. Somebody might just have a fixation with old battery operated tools. Old battery operated tools are just like old cell phones. Who wants them? The third world probably, but the average person does not want them. They want the latest and the greatest. Remington. Okay, it's empty shotgun shells. Okay, another garment that's probably throw it in the clothing box. You may say, well, what do they want with something like that? Well, what they do is they turn stuff like this into rags, and then they sell bundles of rags to mechanic shops and other businesses. Telephone and address book. All right, well, it's getting down there. Big lump of, I think that's putty. Yeah, that electrician's putty. Goes around when the wire comes in the electrical box on the outside. You force some of this putty around it, but this thing's probably 40 years old. An award. You go, Eugene Uzel, for having successfully completed problem analysis for managers of production and maintenance from the U.S. Steel Professional Manager Seminar Series. Okay, hoping to find that Rock Almighty line. Oh, some nice little files here. That's worth hanging on to. Okay, string of pearls, and they're all flaking off. But there's a make sure it isn't sterling silver on the end of it. I don't see any hallmark, but all right, well, I'll tear this locking part off and throw the rest in the trash until I get a magnifying glass and can see. Ooh, I'm glad that made it into the trash. I'd hate to have to pick those up off the parking lot. All right, Band-Aid box with breather holes. Painted. Keys. All right, well, go in my scrap brass pile. I've melted copper down, and I created 2 large ingots out of all the copper I melted. So that was one of my videos for well over a year ago. So if you want to look for that, you might find it interesting. Scrap brass. A year ago, I bought a container full of keys. Full. I mean, I strained to lift it up. And I don't know if I had like $15 in it. And I took it to the scrap yard and I got like $150. Scotchgard. If you're worried about the Scotch attacking, get some Scotchgard. When darn Scotch, they ruined Scotland. Lighter fluid, keep that around. Kitchen and bath caulk. Still pliable. Feels like a low grade stuff. No, it says silicone too. I might have a crack or two in the brick in the interior of the shop. I can force that in there. Every little bit helps when you want to keep out the breeze or keep the coolness in. Eugene Uzel does it again for a management seminar. For Joseph Uzel, Elizabeth Carbide dye. For has successfully completed his training course in Occam Ops CNC, I think that's computer system. That's for running a machinery, lathe or something like that. Oh, strap. Now check this out. The Bose speaker brochure. They actually had these sales at the estate sale. These speakers at the estate sale. But they had them tagged at $300. So there's no way I was going to insult them with my offer. Not that they're not worth $300 to somebody somewhere, but put it this way: if they've been tagged at $50, I would have pulled the grills off to inspect them and I would have bought them. But that way it would have left me some room to make some money. And I wouldn't regret buying them if nobody was interested in buying them off of me, because I can use them around the shop. Piece of plywood. There's some gold. I gotta get me a gold testing kit. I did about 5 years ago find a gold necklace on the top of somebody's trash can with their other trash that they were cleaning out the house, and it was thin, but it ended up being worth $50. So the quickest way to find out if this is gold is just take it to one of those We Buy Gold shops and see what they offer and just say no thanks, because I can probably sell it on the eBay. If the gold shop offers me something like $50 for this, it's probably $80 on the eBay. So I'm not saying that is real gold. I'm saying I'm going to have to verify. Drill bit, like I need another drill bit. I'm sure I have about 50 pounds of drill bits in the building. Okay, this is a new one. Tanglefoot bird. Stops bird roosting. An effective bird repellent. Huh. I saw some guys on the internet were in some deep woohoo because they were spreading mothballs around on a certain, was it like a beach type environment, to keep these birds from flocking there. So it showed them wearing like the orange jumpsuits, like they got arrested or something for spread mothballs. Maybe if they spread tanglefoot, they wouldn't have been in trouble. Well, I think we are pretty much to the bottom. Well, what's in this little paper bag? Assorted hardware. Nice clean hardware. I don't need it, but being it's so clean, I can't say no to it. All right, if you see anything worth something in the bottom of this box, let me know in the comments. Because I'm thinking it's all trash at this point. Anyway, oh, I could use that. Jumper leads. Thanks for hanging out with Secondhand Dan while we checked out the yard sale haul. I think I've showed you everything that I got today. So like and subscribe. Bye, everybody.